Good evening, I'm Adrian Arsenault.
And I'm Andrew Chang. Tonight, Canada's COVID cases headed in the wrong direction.
We're at that limit. We're at that precipice.
Trending up, nearing a surge in some provinces just as kids head back to school.
Put your hands behind your back.
A disturbing and deadly encounter between American police and an unarmed black man.
I want justice. I want these officers charged.
As racial injustice, protests, and unrest dominate the U.S. campaign.
People are beginning to figure out who we are as a country. This is not who we are.
Bracing for a run on the flu vaccine.
It's a worry to go to the clinic when the community spread is high.
Canada's ordered more than ever before, but will COVID affect how you get your shot?
Love under lockdown.
It's almost like it was kind of meant to be at that moment.
How COVID has changed the world of dating. This is The National.
Well, in the fading days of summer, there are some troubling signs of a revitalized COVID-19 spread in this country.
In parts of Canada, the numbers only seem to go one way, and that's up.
It's an increase. So the trend is not good. So that's why last Monday I said, and I told everybody, I understand that you're tired to wear the mask, but we'll have to wear it still for many months.
Quebec saw 187 new cases today, its biggest one-day spike since late July. Ontario reported 132, its 8th straight day over 100. Alberta is now in its 9th straight day over 100 cases. Today's tally, 130. These figures do not inspire confidence, especially with so many kids back in school or gearing up to go. Parents, teachers, medical experts all watching with growing concern as summer dwindles and colder weather draws closer.
Now, of Canada's big four provinces, only BC saw a dip today, but only slightly to 89 new cases. And the province is still warning it is a tipping point, and people need to take action now to prevent a surge. Susanna De Silva begins our coverage tonight.
I think 89 is what I expected given the recent trends.
Keeping an eye on the COVID numbers, but trying not to obsess over them.
Is it comfortable? Does it fit well, Nikhil?
With school coming, there's enough new preparation work that the Shaw family needs to do. At this point, the plan is to send their two boys back next week.
If there was absolutely no school and if I could just keep my kids home, I think that would have been the best option, just staying in our little bubble.
You can always step back.
But they recognize the value of school, and today's modeling provides parents like them with reasons for optimism and concern.
We're at that precipice, if you will, where we need to take the actions to ensure that we can move forward into the fall and keep our curve low.
BC has now passed over 6,000 total cases, and the trend overall has seen the curve go back up. But Dr. Bonnie Henry says community transmission and hospitalizations remain low.
It's actually just starting to bend down. And so that's giving me hope that we're bringing these numbers down. They're not quite doubling as fast as we expected.
Officials say people are having about 65% of the interpersonal contact they were before the pandemic, and warn if that goes any higher, things could get out of control.
So if you know you have more interactions ahead, for example, if you're returning to work, then you need to reduce your contacts in other areas.
The Shaws also worry their youngest had a bad lung infection as a child.
We just have to figure out how are we going to keep them safe given the situation.
Like health officials, they know the situation can change very quickly. Susanna De Silva, CBC News, Vancouver.
As the numbers trend up in Quebec, some parents spent today in court fighting to keep their kids home from school this year, even without a medical exemption. Alison Northcott explains.
I'm a plaintiff and a parent.
Sarah Gibson says she wants parents to have a choice when it comes to sending kids to school in person this year. She's worried about the virus spreading in the classroom.
The safety measures are below anything else you would see in any other indoor public setting in the province.
She was in court today, part of a lawsuit with other parents trying to get Quebec to offer remote learning to everyone, not just those with specific medical conditions. Today, they asked that parents be allowed to keep their kids home with access to online classes while the case is heard.
We should have the right in this, especially this situation, where we're in very uncertain times. I think there's a lot of uneasiness.
Their lawyer says in a pandemic, families should have the authority to choose.
The question is, when there is a risk to life, liberty, and security of the person, because normally there isn't, who is to decide?
But lawyers for the province argued school attendance is mandatory under the Education Act and that the back-to-school plan is in the interests of children and families. Some provinces like Ontario are offering remote learning for all, while some parents elsewhere like BC and Manitoba are pushing for it. But Quebec Premier François Legault says given the province's shortage of teachers, it just isn't feasible.
We cannot at the same time have teachers teaching in classrooms and the same teachers teaching for the parents of the children who decided to stay at home. So we cannot do both. And our choice is really to have the children in classrooms.
Quebec schools started reopening a week ago, and already there are some cases of COVID-19 and students isolating at home. The education minister says the province is working hard to keep schools safe.
Education is a top priority, and the best place for the students is to be in school.
The judge told the court he's mindful of the urgency of this case and said the plaintiffs can expect a decision on their request by early next week. Alison Northcott, CBC News, Montreal.
No matter where they live, many parents of children with disabilities are feeling extra anxiety over back to school this year. As Deanna Sumanak-Johnson shows us, they say more planning is needed to keep their kids safe.
Good job, buddy. It's the first day of kindergarten for 5-year-old Kip. Nerve-wracking for his mother, but something she felt she had to do to maintain his support.
We only get funding if he goes to school.
But even with extra workers there to support Kip, who has neurodevelopmental disabilities, Sharon Roberts has fears. Kip tends to try to run away if he's overwhelmed.
Having outdoor learning for the first half of the day, which obviously creates, I think, other opportunities for him to go missing, and so that's my biggest fear.
In Ottawa, Claudine Santos will send her son William, who is blind, to school for a few hours each day.
He'll go into his own Braille room. He'll only have interactions with 2 teachers.
It's a situation she said she was lucky to be able to make happen.
I'm thankful that I have access to a great team, but there are lots of parents that I know that lack either the language ability or the capacity to help their children.
Across provinces, funding and policies around adapting schools to students with special needs vary, but the common thread is added challenges.
It's harder when a child has vision loss and can't tell where the lines are marked to not cross over.
Ontario invested $10 million in accessibility for students with disabilities, but many wanted specific plans developed too.
So they're leaving it to each of 72 Ontario school boards to separately try to figure it out, and to do it in the middle of a crisis, a pandemic.
I hear his frustration and the frustration of our families. I do know that what the ministry has provided us, we are still being very challenged to ensure that we can address all the needs.
Until then, families of students with disabilities will have to use the problem-solving skills and patience they had to develop long before the pandemic. Deanna Sumanak-Johnson, CBC News, Toronto.
The Premier of Nova Scotia hit back at the province's teachers' union today after it said teachers need more time to prepare for students to return.
They're ready. They're welcome. They're ready to welcome kids. The rhetoric around schools being in chaos is just not helpful, not accurate.
The president of the Nova Scotia Teachers Union says members are raising concerns about uninspected ventilation systems, too few hand washing stations, and hallways cluttered with furniture. He wants classes delayed by 2 days, something the Premier rejected today, saying students will be safe. School starts September the 8th. Newfoundland and Labrador is spending around $10 million on more school buses to make sure everyone can get a ride to class. The previous plan left about 6,000 students without one to allow for physical distancing. It's also hiring 10 more teachers to help with online learning for students who are in quarantine or immunocompromised. And the Canada Revenue Agency says CERB payments will be deposited before the weekend. This reassurance after many people reported not receiving their benefits. Millions of Canadians have relied on CERB during the pandemic. A spokesperson said that the agency is being cautious after recent cyber attacks.
Well, to the U.S. now, where new images of an unarmed black man's fatal encounter with police have emerged again, this time from an incident in March in Rochester, New York. Now, we are not showing the worst of it, but what you will see from Stephen D'Souza and the issues it raises are disturbing enough.
Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Behind your back. Don't move. Don't move.
In March, Daniel Prude's family called police because he was in mental distress. He was handcuffed, and then later, a spit mask, a mesh cover, was placed over his head, apparently to prevent him from spitting on officers. Agitated and yelling at officers, he vomited. Police held his head down for more than 2 minutes. Prude later died in hospital from asphyxiation, a coroner ruling it a homicide. The family fought for access to the police video and police reports.
I placed a phone call for my brother to get help, not for my brother to get lynched.
I want justice. I want these officers charged with murder.
Today, months after Prude's death, but just the day after the family released the video, the city suspended 7 officers involved.
When I watched that video, I was enraged. I wanted to come forward that day.
While protests this summer have focused on racial injustice and police use of force, this case highlights a lesser-known police tool, the spit hood. They're widely used to protect officers, but there are no national guidelines, and their deployment isn't tracked like guns or tasers. In California, police watchdog groups have been trying to get them banned since 2013, concerned about the increased risk of asphyxiation.
This contributes to the panic. It doesn't de-escalate them. It makes them feel disoriented and out of control.
Experts say this is yet another example of why police alone should not respond to mental health calls.
We really need to have root and stem reform of our criminal justice and policing systems in terms of how they interact with people.
The family plans to launch a wrongful death lawsuit.
Nobody deserves to die in police custody.
A familiar refrain as the call for accountability echoes in yet another corner of the country. Stephen D'Souza, CBC News, New York.
Before the video of Daniel Prude emerged, Jacob Blake was shot by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The city since visited by protest, unrest, and more recently, both of the men vying for the U.S. presidency. But as Susan Ormerson explains, Joe Biden's visit today wasn't about being seen.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter, a message for Joe Biden, who needs black votes to secure a path to the presidency. But no matter how loud, this was no traditional campaign stop. Biden supporters crowding and craning to actually see him didn't at all.
Just to see his face, yeah, let him know we ain't no angry mob. He has sense, common sense. The one that's in the White House now have no common sense, none.
Biden's visit to a church was all about listening, underscoring his offering to America as a calm, unifying leader.
It's a lot of stuff we want done.
Who wants to restore America's heart.
People are beginning to figure out who we are as a country. This is not who we are. This is not who we are.
Biden met privately earlier with Jacob Blake's family, and he spoke to Blake, who is paralyzed in hospital.
He talked about how nothing was going to defeat him, how whether he walked again or not, he was not going to give up.
It was a stark contrast to President Trump's visit on Tuesday, pumping law and order. But for those still shaken by Kenosha's violence last week, like Oscar Escobar, who worried his bar would burn down, 2 presidential candidates in 1 week will not solve the divisions.
Me being a Latino as well, you know, I get it. We want equality and justice and everything, but the way how they're going across it around the whole nation is wrong. The message is getting lost.
A new message begging for attention is Kenosha Strong, as this city struggles to open back up.
Today it feels great because we're finally reopening. So it's a sense of renewal, a sense of feels like a sense of strength.
To deal with the drama and lasting damage of 2 long weeks.
So, Susan, we've seen so much of Kenosha in the past couple of weeks. What's next there?
Well, a very critical decision. Will the officer who shot Jacob Blake be charged? The investigation is ongoing. They've looked at more than 20 videos, interviewed more than 80 witnesses. The family and Joe Biden say he should be charged, but there is a vigorous debate. And if he isn't, there could be more unrest. And put this all in the context of this moment in 2020, Adrian, in this political state. It's a treasure. Both parties want it. The Democrats need to win it back. As one person here on the street told me today, look, we know our role. This is a swing state, and although both these candidates came in the name of justice, albeit with different versions, this is politics.
All right, Susan, thanks very much.
Well, officials are reminding North Carolinians that voting twice is a felony after the U.S. president suggested people in the state vote by mail and then again in person.
And let them go vote. And if their system's as good as they say it is, then obviously they won't be able to vote.
Donald Trump today clarified that trying to double vote was just a way of testing the protections built into the system. But with mail-in ballots often taking days to process, Trump's suggestion could lead to a cascade of attempted voter fraud, leading to confusion and prosecutions long after Election Day. Now, if you were to share that comment from Trump on Facebook, it might be removed. 2 months before the U.S. federal election, Facebook is taking steps to address concerns about meddling and misinformation. Thomas Dagla looked into them and explores whether they go far enough.
Behind closed doors at Facebook, there's been frantic planning and a growing acknowledgement the company finds itself deeply involved in a fraught U.S. election.
If someone is kind of dumping some new information, if it's misinformation in the last days of the election, then there may not be time for that normal kind of debate and process to play out.
From Facebook's CEO, that's a different tone than 4 years ago, when the platform took less seriously the impact of fake news and foreign interference. A threat highlighted again this week as Facebook revealed a new Russian effort to manipulate American users.
I don't think they're making any claims that they have no influence over the election anymore. There are things that they could do now, but they've chosen not to.
With the expectation voters may not learn the final results on election night, the platform aims to stop anyone undermining the election's legitimacy. That means removing videos of the president inviting voters to cast 2 ballots.
Send it in early and then go and vote.
Facebook will ban new election ads in the week before the vote, but may still allow misleading ads until Election Day. Many dubious claims will only receive a label like this for a user to get more information. It's a disappointing step for experts studying the insidious impact of those lies.
Information spreads quite quickly, and the labeling might just be too little too late. We also know that people are not necessarily paying attention to all those labels and the extra information that's added.
Facebook has no plan to remove any claim of victory even before the final results are in, a sign the company may still not fully recognize its influence over the outcome. Thomas Dagla, CBC News, Toronto.
Well, this was a rough day on Wall Street, the worst since June. The Dow Jones took a plunge, down 2.8%. Steep losses in tech stocks dragged the rest of the market down with them. Here at home, the TSX fell about 250 points. And people in Beirut are desperate for a miracle tonight after a rescue team detected what could be a heartbeat from under the rubble of a collapsed building. Throughout the whole day and night, as crowds gathered, there has been a delicate and dangerous effort to keep digging. The search was temporarily halted because the building was too unsafe, but public pressure led the army to keep trying. Today marks 1 month since that huge explosion. At least 190 people were killed and another 6,000 were injured.
Well, health officials across the country are bracing for a huge demand for the flu shot.
This is the year to get vaccinated, especially for our high-risk individuals.
Next on The National, how COVID-19 could change where and how you roll up your sleeve this year.
Air Canada starts testing travelers at the airport in hopes of getting more passengers in the air.
Could testing allow us to shorten quarantine?
And finding love in a lockdown. Dating looks a lot different during a pandemic.
Okay, now you got me blushing on camera.
We're back in 2. As we head into the fall, it's time to think about that other virus, influenza. The coronavirus pandemic is about to be compounded by flu season, and Nicole Ireland shows us why getting your annual shot is going to be more critical than ever.
I got the flu shot, I think, in February this year.
But 65-year-old Alina Gruder isn't sure she'll do it this fall, isolated with her husband. She worries if she ventures out of her bubble to get a flu shot, she could expose herself to COVID-19.
It's a worry to go to the clinic when the community spread is high.
That kind of thinking, especially among seniors, worries infectious disease specialists.
This is the year to get vaccinated, especially for our high-risk individuals.
Health experts are trying to avoid a twindemic this fall and winter, with a large number of people falling ill as both the flu and COVID-19 circulate in the community. Seniors and people with underlying health conditions are most at risk of complications and hospitalizations from either virus, but unlike COVID-19, there's a vaccine to help prevent the flu. That's why provinces and territories have bumped their flu shot orders up by almost 25%. By this time last year, Canada had purchased 11.2 million doses. This year, we're getting 13.7 million. The Public Health Agency of Canada says it's the largest order of influenza vaccine this country has ever placed.
Heart sounds good.
But that means a lot of pressure on the doctors, nurses, and pharmacists who administer the flu vaccine to meet the high demand while keeping everyone safe from COVID-19.
We can't just have, 50, 60 people an hour coming in to our clinic to get their vaccine because it's just too many people coming in too quickly with crowds and exposures.
Public health agencies are providing guidance, including spacing people apart, requiring masks, and COVID-19 screenings. We may also start seeing outdoor flu shot clinics and drive-through vaccinations.
I think this will be reassuring.
Once she sees those safety measures in place, Alina Gruder may get her flu shot after all. Nicole Ireland, CBC News, Toronto.
Now, epidemiologist Raywat Deonandan is joining us now because a lot of people have been asking us whether the flu vaccine affects one's chances of getting COVID-19. Is there a link there?
The answer is no, it doesn't affect your chances. There is a study out of Brazil that found that amongst COVID sufferers, those who had the flu vaccine had a lesser bad outcome than those who didn't have the flu vaccine. But in general, the best evidence says there is no relationship, except that the flu vaccine prevents the flu, which means that you're going to be healthy if you get the flu vaccine, and being healthy makes you more resistant to a variety of things, including COVID.
Okay, and so on the thought of this twindemic, I mean, is this flu season expected to be particularly bad?
No, in fact, I think it's the opposite. What we see from the southern hemisphere is that people have been distancing and wearing masks and washing their hands, so we have a less serious flu experience. However, that doesn't mean that the flu won't be here, which means that because it presents with similar symptoms as COVID, it'll cause some confusion and chaos at the clinical level. So we don't want to be monitoring two different curves at the same time. And for those people who get the flu and COVID, there's a special kind of suffering there. So it's important that people get the vaccine to take that one disease, the flu, out of the picture as much as possible.
And when do you figure most Canadians will be able to get the flu shot this year?
The same as we have in the past, mid-September to mid-October, around there. The Americans have it already, so that's good for them, but we'll get it sometime in the fall.
All right, always good to hear from you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Canadian Airlines are really looking for ways to get passengers back on planes. Last week, WestJet announced its plans to start testing passengers. And today, Air Canada launched a similar trial at Toronto's Pearson Airport. This is part of a study to look at just how long travelers need to quarantine. Carolyn Dunn explains the strategy.
An airport employee demonstrates the COVID test incoming international passengers can volunteer to take.
And you'll roll it again 3 times.
2 mouth swabs, 2 nose swabs, repeated twice more while quarantined at home. For the next month, every sample will be lab tested for any trace of the coronavirus.
We think it's a good time to re-ask the question, do we need a long quarantine? Could testing allow us to shorten quarantine?
Depending on the study results, it could be a relief for many international travelers, some who have to quarantine for up to a month, 2 weeks on either end of a trip.
But I do think that reducing the quarantine, at least to a shorter period, might help. I think a lot of people just can't like I'm here for 18 days. I only really have 4 to explore.
Yeah, it was totally fine. It was just a swab. It took 5 minutes and it was done.
Not uncomfortable?
No, not at all.
You know, we want to sort of get involved in studies such as these, just to help provide data and evidence and hopefully, provide alternatives.
The National Airlines Council of Canada forecasts 2020 will be the worst year in commercial aviation. Air travel in Canada in June was down 94% from the same time last year, in large part due to the quarantine requirements.
It is the foundation of us getting a solid grasp on the whole pandemic.
Independent aviation analyst Rick Erickson says until there's a vaccine, testing is the industry's best hope.
I mean, they've got to be every bit as nimble as they can to try to attract passengers.
The health of Canadian Airlines may depend on their passengers being willing to swab. Carolyn Dunn, CBC News, Calgary.
Well, next on The National, dating in the age of COVID-19.
Before, people would skip courtship and go straight to intimacy. Now it's mandated.
How Canadians are finding love during a pandemic.
And a surprise new gig for a Canadian basketball legend, Coach Steve Nash, a little later.
Well, lockdowns and physical distancing have changed so many aspects of our lives. How we shop, how we learn, and also how we connect with others safely. You may have heard by now, Canada's Chief Public Health Officer suggested wearing a mask with any new sexual partner, if they're not already in your bubble, and also avoiding any face-to-face contact with them, like kissing. But of course, connecting in just about any way has been made more difficult by COVID. Loneliness and isolation are real consequences of this pandemic. So here's Joanna Remiliotis with how online dating is helping some overcome that.
It wasn't love at first sight. It was something better. Deandra Henry and Herman Kabungu say it was love under lockdown.
That's funny because I'm mostly always studying. So I felt like if the quarantine didn't happen, I was never gonna click on the app. So it's almost like it was kind of meant to be at that moment. It's like,
Deandra is a musician. Herman is also an artist and studying chemical engineering. They met online in April and spent weeks getting to know each other before actually meeting.
Let it go, not anymore. Too deep I am sinking. If the pandemic didn't happen, I don't think I'd have slowed down enough to really put the energy and time that it requires to develop a connection like that online.
Call it COVID courtship. The desire for human connection has only deepened since the pandemic hit. Dating apps are reporting a 30% jump in their numbers, but romantic distancing has set a whole new pace to dating.
Wow. Things have slowed down significantly.
Woo, I love that.
And the courtship process has been reintroduced. So before, people would skip courtship and go straight to intimacy. Now it's mandated. Flirt with the camera, my dear.
Carmelia Ray has been a matchmaker for nearly 30 years, and this is her busiest summer.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very nice.
Today, she and her team are directing a photo shoot with a client to refresh her online profile.
You know, you can be like, hey, let's meet up at that social distance walk with our masks and have a great time. You can make it funny, right?
Make it a little fun. It's already tough enough during...
Carmelia says COVID has made everyone more discriminating.
Number one, a new line of questioning is having the COVID talk. Who's in your bubble? Who are you socializing with? Are you going to work? Are you working from home? Are you wearing gloves? What's your attitude about the pandemic? If there is not an agreement with how to treat this pandemic or your comfortability and risk assessment, then that's not even a match, even if all the other things are.
If there is a match, then it's a question of how to take it to the next level.
It's so good to see people like...
Kimberly Smith started a singles Facebook group in her neighborhood at the start of the pandemic. It's grown to nearly 500 members.
Hi, you made it!
All right.
I made it.
Okay.
I think that's one of the most challenging times right now is like, where do we go as singles? Like, there's not as many opportunities to go for dinner or, you know, go to these entertainment areas. And because those are all closed, we're like trying to look at new ideas, like coming to the park or like going for a picnic or let's go for a bike ride. So I think it's brought things down and made it a little bit simpler for us, but we still have to be creative in what we want to do together. So that's always a good conversation. Everybody has their paintbrushes in front of them. Do you have a large paintbrush?
Drawing on her work as an artist, Kimberly is hosting COVID-safe singles events, like painting in the park.
Skinny clouds, we want the puppy.
Right?
It's simple, and these days, that's what she and most people seem to want most.
I think for everybody, we've just gotten a more clear of idea of what's really important. Like what matters is like being kind to each other and, you know, family and those like good conversations and understanding. And I think there's like that kind of peacefulness and bond between people online dating now. Yeah.
For Deandra and Herman, love in the time of COVID was also less a leap of faith and more like a slow crawl to the deep end. It even inspired them to write this song about it.
I would jump all over again. It feels like I'm drowning, but I don't want to save it. Herman in the song was expressing like, nah, I'm just gonna drown. I'm just gonna jump. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, if it hurts, it's fine.
Yeah, so he sent me like the first verse and then the hook.
Yeah.
And then I wrote the chorus and the second verse and the bridge. And then...
And you pretty much almost finished the whole thing.
I finished the whole thing.
Nice. I was like, what?
I finished it as soon as you sent it to me.
They may have written the lyrics in no time,
Like during this whole pandemic, I feel
but they took their time getting here, and why they say they're going strong.
I see this going further. And I...
Like further where?
I let you meet my parents and everybody. And I don't usually do that lightly, so I really want to take this far, like to a point where we actually build something together. There's just something about her that's like makes me want to stick around. And if it's gonna take me a while to figure it out, I'll keep searching for that.
Okay, now you got me blushing on camera. I could say the same thing though. Like Herman is like come into my life when I didn't even know that I really needed someone like him in my life to really push me in my art, my music, my faith, and my everything. It's like I'm quite lucky to have found you, I think. And
you're trying to make me blush now.
Yeah. So I'm excited for further.
How they met, when they met, it's just the start of their COVID love story.
You can't apologize at this point.
Joanna Brumeliotis, CBC News, Toronto.
Nice. While Canadians grapple with sending kids back to school, students around the world are already back in the classroom. Next, we'll take you to one of the hardest hit countries to see how millions of students are returning to school in the midst of a pandemic. This is what back to school looked like this week in Wuhan, China, the epicenter of the virus in January. After months of at-home learning, students are adjusting to a new reality yet again. So in Wuhan, that now includes temperature checks, lots of hand sanitizing and face masks. It's a challenge all countries are trying to navigate. France and Spain moved forward with their own school reopenings this week, despite recent surges in cases of COVID-19. And Israel is trying to avoid a repeat of the outbreaks it saw in schools last May. The country is keeping some schools in cities with high infection rates closed for now. And in Russia, the number of COVID-19 cases surpassed 1 million this week, a significant milestone, just as 17 million kids returned to the classroom. Chris Brown walks us through the prevention measures schools are adopting and what they're leaving out.
Across Russia, classrooms are being given a final scrub as staff put pandemic plans in place to welcome students back to school. It was Sergei Yerofeyev's son Sasha's first day, and he's relieved the experience wasn't spoiled by COVID-19.
Мы настроены оптимистически, и поэтому очень довольны, что дети идут в школу именно в традиционном формате, а не как вот было это в марте и апреле. Поэтому я очень рад, что первый класс и другие классы в этом году все-таки проводятся, поэтому нет никаких опасений, нет.
This is a school in Balashika, an hour outside of Moscow. The pretty dresses, ties, and flowers are part of an opening day tradition that managed to survive the pandemic, though it was scaled back. It's called Knowledge Day, when students celebrate education and their teachers. And this year, the added bonus of simply being back together again.
Поскорее бы встретить своих одноклассников и побыстрее уже начать учить уроки. То скучно дома уже сидеть.
A key part of Moscow's school reopening plan involved testing more than 180,000 education workers for COVID, a remarkable number. In the end, 3% tested positive and were sent home. Natalia Pripukina teaches first grade.
Весь коллектив у нас прошли медкомиссию, мы сдали анализы на ковид. Было сказано, что если хоть у кого-то будут анализы не в порядке, то весь коллектив будет находиться на карантине. Но у нас ничего не подтвердилось.
Some of the other COVID precautions we saw were quite high-tech. Cameras and sensors screen everyone's temperature automatically, with the readings popping up on a monitor. Then, right away, students are expected to wash their hands at special sanitation stations. But what's not happening is any physical distancing between students. Class sizes haven't changed, and students aren't required to wear masks, nor are teachers when they're in the classroom. Elena Arkhipova teaches English.
Here in school, our school authorities are taking all precautions, all necessary precautions to avoid and spreading this virus in the school. You know, I think it's quite safe.
As an added measure, Russia is expecting its teachers to get vaccinated, possibly within weeks, with what it claims is its first in the world coronavirus vaccine. Though many doctors outside Russia are skeptical a vaccine developed so fast will actually work, teachers here told us they'd try it.
We do trust our scientists, we do trust our government, so why not? I think that this vaccine will help us to overcome this disease.
The guidelines say there could be a return to remote learning if COVID-19 cases spike again. After trailing off the summer, official government statistics suggest cases are going back up, but for now at least, slowly. Chris Brown, CBC News, Moscow.
Now back here at home, normally it's a science school is just around the corner, but this year the Canadian National Exhibition was canceled due to COVID. There are fears it may never come back, and it's not the only summer event in jeopardy. But first,
coming to the ball. Series on the line. Anunoby got it off, and it goes!
Kawhi, who? With 0.5 seconds to go, that's OG Anunoby with a buzzer beater tonight, giving the Toronto Raptors the win they desperately needed. Even the Boston Celtics shared their disbelief, tweeting, Did that just happen? The series is now 2-1 for Boston, and that's not the only big basketball news tonight. Even for seasoned basketball watchers, the new head coach of the Brooklyn Nets is a surprise.
I thought, is there another Steve Nash?
Nash's experience, a stunning 18 seasons as one of the best point guards in NBA history, but as coach, 0.
Then the more I thought about it, the more I said, okay, that makes sense. We are in an era that's all about player empowerment and playing fast and up-tempo. And look, the definition of those two things is Steve Nash.
Canadian basketball is having a moment.
Just look at the last week of basketball, where there's Lou Dort scoring the most points for an undrafted player in Game 7, or Jamal Murray just basically taking over a 7-game series with historic numbers.
Seems with Nash, with the Nets, for Canadian fans, won't be easy to decide who to root for.
I'm Josh Block. Tomorrow on CBC's daily news podcast, Front Burner, a new investigation casts further doubt on the case of a New Brunswick doctor accused of recklessly spreading COVID-19 after a trip to Quebec in May. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, on top of everything else, COVID-19 has scrapped a traditional so long to summer. Toronto's CNE, part agricultural fair, part carnival, part celebration of bizarre food, but now millions of dollars in debt. Talia Ricci looks into growing fears that the X and other beloved institutions may never come back.
Nearly every year for more than a century, Toronto's exhibition grounds were full of food, rides, and generations of memories. Larry DeWitowitz has been a vendor at the CNE since the 70s.
And if you're paying with cash, I'm going to need 3 pieces of photo ID. Just kidding.
Instead, a quieter scene surrounds him today.
So now I'm at St. Jacob's Flea Market. It's a great market. Of course, this is only 2 days a week compared to my 18 days in a row, which is much more exciting.
The CNE said today it's in trouble. It's projecting a 95% drop in revenue this year. The executive director says they're working on securing a federal loan, but it won't be enough to stay afloat long term.
In good years, we will have a net income maybe of $1 million to $2 million. It takes a little bit of time to make up for what COVID's done to us.
Brown is calling on all levels of government to step in.
I'm really aging myself now, but $5 or $10, and you'd be down there all day.
Premier Doug Ford said he's willing to help if the feds and the city also pitch in. Across Canada, COVID-19 also forced the cancellation of the Calgary Stampede, putting it in a challenging financial situation. And in Vancouver, the cancellation of the big summer fair, the Pacific National Exhibition, was devastating.
To be facing a $10 million loss, it means, many years of recovery to be able to get back out of that.
I don't know if you'd get a shot of this.
Back in Toronto, Bruce Gordonier will be thinking about his mother this weekend. The 95-year-old attended the CNE every year since she was a baby. She passed away in May.
She just loved to be there. We went all over, pushed that wheelchair from one end of the X to the other end of the X.
Hoping the sights and sounds return to these grounds in 2021. Talia Ricci, CBC News, Toronto.
Next, an animal that would likely have fit in quite well at the CNE. So that is Chico the parrot singing Beyonce. His moment of fame is tonight's moment.
For the latest coronavirus pandemic updates, breaking news, and top stories.
We know what we need to do to turn this surge around.
Well, this is Chico, pretty good looking parrot, and apparently this 9-year-old bird has some impressive pipes. So Chico has become somewhat of a celebrity at the British Wildlife Park he calls home, all because of a certain cover he's been belting out. And tonight, this songbird is our moment. This, it seems, is Chico's favorite jam. Now, for a reason that isn't quite clear, the parrot has been singing lines from Beyoncé's 2008 song, If I Were a Boy, for months now.
If I were a boy.
Park employees didn't discover his talent until the COVID-19 lockdown, but now Chico has a captive audience, a growing fan base, and apparently an even bigger repertoire. So he has an affinity for pop music, but with that perfect pitch. The sky's the limit for Chico. No word yet on whether he's taking requests. I have so many questions, but one of the things we learned is that Chico moved to the zoo in May of 2019. No one noticed the singing, though, until the pandemic struck. So perhaps he was quietly working on this, and then when it got very quiet during the pandemic, Chico's moment shine.
And then somehow, some way, there is now one more animal with more Instagram followers than I
I'm so sorry.
But whatever, that's fine. That's just fine. That's the National for this September 3rd. Have a good night.